Hello everybody, I am Neyah and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this pick a card reading, we are going to talk about a message from your higher self. I really felt that a lot of us guys really find difficult to discern between the voice of our intuition, the spirit guides, and our higher self. So perhaps this pick a card can be really useful to understand what is the best path for you, what is your higher self wants you to know. And keep in mind that I'm going to make a video on my new channel, Radio Alchemy, the link is down below, to give you an exercise in order to discern between the voice of your spirit guides and angels and the voice of your higher self, but that it's for later on. And before I start this video, I just want you to know guys that my private readings are available down below, and this week you're going to have a 15% discount for all my readings as well as for my bundle for my private courses with the promo code that I listed down below that is called gift 777. However, if you feel that my private readings are too expensive, I totally understand that, and I actually have another solutions for you guys. And I mentioned her before. She's my friend Diane from Whimsical Bliss Tarot. She also has a YouTube channel and an Etsy shop, and she has amazing reviews because she is an amazing reader. I always go to her when I need her and when I have some doubts, and my cards are getting a little bit confused. I really appreciate her as a reader, and she does have so many readings that are budget friendly that go from 10 euros to sometimes, or $10, $5, $17. So don't worry about it. If you are a student or if you are on a budget, you do not necessarily have to spend all the money to come to me if you don't have them, but definitely you can go and check her Etsy shop. She has budget-friendly yet accurate reading. Her name is Diane, and she is from Whimsical Bliss Tarot. Check her out guys, because I really had a nice experience, and I do understand that sometimes we do not have $100 or $200 to spend. So please do not spend money that you don't have. Always spend money with joy and be responsible, okay? So thank you so much for listening to this, and now let's get started with the selection of your cards for today's pick a card reading about the message from your higher self. So hopefully the situation is not too dark, and I put the witches runes over here. We are in October, so happy Halloween if you guys are watching in October. Otherwise, this pick a card is timeless. And we do have for pile number 1 this symbol over here. This is pile number 1. Then we have pile number 2. Reminds me a lot of the Aries symbol. Okay, and then obviously pile number 3 with the eye. Okay guys, don't even worry about it. The timestamps are going to be down below. Close your eyes if you need. Just take a deep breath and relax. Pause the video as well if you need, and choose your own pile with your own time, okay? I'm going to play some third eye, let's call it music, vibration, in order to expand your third eye while you are, choosing your pile. And then we're going to see each other for each an individual message. Okay, let's get started. The oracle, but first and foremost, let's talk about for a second about the witch's rune that you have selected. Let's go down and see this rune a little bit better, shall we? So you have selected a rune that actually is the representation of the divine masculine. So either you're dealing with a divine masculine, you're dealing with a partner perhaps, or with a crush or someone you're interested in, or it doesn't have to be in this way. Remember, these are general readings. It could definitely be also that in this time You are required to listen more to that part of yourself, to that inner part that is more connected to your masculinity. Meaning, in otherwise, we always think the masculinity, it's about taking action. But if you think about a figure such as the god Shiv, is actually the meditator, and Shakti is the energy that permeates the cosmos and contributes to the fertilizations, of the creation. Okay, so divine masculinity, yes, it is about building and sometimes even about taking action. However, it's not an action that is without reasoning, but it's an action that is based on peace, calmness, and meditation. And so this reminds me also of the sign of Sagittarius with the arrow like this. And so it's a message for you, pile number one, to really be focused on what is important for you and to place some important goals in order for you to achieve them. And if you are dealing within a relationship, well, probably you guys need to understand whether or not you are on the same page. But we're going to see that more clearly with the cards. But it seems to me with this arrow that you are facing a direction and your higher self is asking you to pursue this direction and to move forward. And if you will remain focused, I am seeing some of your dreams or intentions that you have placed that are going to actually get manifested, because this gives me very much the it's just the physical representation of what I always say, as above, so below, as well as you have to shoot the arrow, when you're manifesting, like I said in my e-course, co-creating your reality, when you are manifesting, it's like shooting an arrow and you just have to keep the focus. You can take the arrow back. And if you are going to intentionally keep the focus, then that's when you're going to see your manifestation in actualization. And that's also very divine masculine in a way of thinking, perhaps. So this is a bit of a message that I have for you guys, pile number one. But now let's figure out the tarot. We have the Page of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Okay, I'm going to place them like this so the camera can actually focus them correctly. Then we have the Two of Wands, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. And we also have the Three of Swords. Okay, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Okay, you guys, so with this tarot, let's talk about love for a second, okay? It doesn't have to be, but I have to mention it. What I'm seeing is that your you're clearly suffering out of a separation. Now, to me, this looks very much about a particular individual or even a divine masculine. However, it doesn't have to be for everybody, because it could be that you're dealing with a sort of anxiety and separation also due to your finances with the Page of Pentacles. With the Two of Wands in the middle, I am seeing that you have been trying to manifest a sort of new beginning. You are seeking for a new beginning. However, it's not happening yet. And this is why you are feeling very much separated from your path, your destiny, your manifestation. And you are tormenting a little bit your mind and yourself and asking, how come this new beginning is not happening? How come that I got prediction of meeting a new love, or, rejoicing with my loved ones, or having a new job, and it's still not happening? So there is anxiety, separation, and heartbreak. Perhaps all of the symptoms within yourself and within your body and your mind are telling you that you are in need right now, before you can actually access this new beginning, to heal a trauma. With this Three of Swords with the Two of Wands, I don't know why, but these cards to me, pile number one, are screaming trauma. And maybe this trauma is being presented to you also through the dream state, which is a way of healing. It's being presented to some flashbacks that you're having, or perhaps for some of you through some panic attacks that you might have even out of the blue. Now, of course, if you are dealing with panic attacks or higher level of anxiety, I highly suggest you to go and check up with your doctor, go into some sort of therapy, which there's nothing wrong to do, with a good psychologist or even a healer if that is more your cup of tea, but to really be proactive and do something about it. It might be again, you're getting these panic attacks because there is some trauma that you've been suppressing for so long, or it's been recently happening and you just need to heal it. And maybe some of you are not able to do it by yourself. And I just want you to know, pile number one, that it's okay too. If you're not able to heal by yourself, we are not meant to be always alone, dealing with everything by ourselves. There's nothing wrong in asking for help, okay? Please be mindful of that, because really there is nothing wrong. Psychically speaking, I am seeing that a new beginning wants to enter with that Page of Pentacles. And I have to clarify whether it is really about love or it's more about career. However, it's there and you can see it with your, with your visions, with the Two of Wands. You want it, you desire it, but you still feel very separate from it, because healing still, oh my God, my English needs to occur, sorry. And it could be also, I'm not a huge fan of astrology in the sense that I have my own interpretation of astrology. However, there is some truth to astrology as well. It could be that some transit that are happening for you. I don't know what is going on right now in the sky, but maybe you do. And so there are some transits about retrogrades or whatever it could be. And so if you believe in astrology and you feel it's helpful to you, it might be beneficial to go to an astrologer or to actually look up at some horoscopes and to see some of these transits, because I feel that there is a reason why you've been stopped from this new beginning, and it is because of healing. And there is something about the retrogrades perhaps that are happening, but by the time that you're watching this video, they're telling you why nothing is actually moving, but you are required, pile number one, to stay still, which is, in my opinion, I know I sound very different from the New Age spirituality, so I apologize for that, but it sounds very similar to the divine masculine picture that I have. Like I said, if you're not familiar with the god Shiv, you don't know who he is, I highly suggest you to look it up, okay? This is obviously not for doing any religious or cultural appropriation to Hinduism, but it's only because I've been fascinated and I've been studying Hinduism for a long time. And I actually really love, the figure of Shiv, even philosophically speaking, in Shaktism. And I really love the fact that you see Shiv as this dimension of consciousness that is masculine indeed, but it's very still, it's very calm. Even in the legends, you see Shiv taking his more raw form very rarely, and only for certain occasion. And you see Shakti and the goddess like Kali and Durga, even though there are other goddesses such as Lakshmi and Sarasvati, which are more, are less fiery. However, we do see many goddesses in India that are much more fiery, because Shakti does indeed means energy. So I apologize. Like I said before, you are resonating with the energy of masculinity, because it's asking you to stay quiet, to stay still, to meditate before you take action. Exactly like the supreme meditator, which is Shiv, okay? Sorry, I just take a sip of water. And before starting this reading, I have to tell you, pile number one, I was feeling very anxious, so it could be maybe that I have to do your pile first. And so I feel that your higher self wants you to quiet down your mind, okay? And to lower some levels of anxiety. We also do have the fourth scroll, the karmic trench. So yeah, definitely something is going on in regards of your karma. I feel that these are not major arcana, and if you want to learn tarot, I have a course dedicated to that. The link is down below. So major arcana usually, and I also have a video where I teach you the major arcana, but major arcana are talk about the destiny points, I call them, okay? I have other videos where I explain what is a destiny point and all of that. So the minor arcana are more mundane in and of itself. However, for you, even though you don't have major arcana, it seems to me that this is almost not necessarily a destiny point, but I would say like a karmic point, like a point in your life when you're finally understanding what needs to be healed, okay? And this is what your higher self wants to address. In matters of work, there has been, with the Four of Scrolls, a lot of work there has been done in your life. You have put a lot of energy maybe into a certain work, career field, or project in a field, like you can see through these pictures, okay? But now is the time to really understand, how is this work going to pay off? And what are the traumas that this work has caused me? And what is the lesson that indeed I have to learn in order to move forward? So you are addressing a lesson, a very important one at this point. And this is what your higher self wants you to know. It wants you to not skip the lesson, but to address, so what is the pattern that you have been attracting over and over again, whether this is in love or career, and how can we heal this pattern together? This is what your higher self is saying. I'm also seeing the card of actions speaks loudly, okay? Express your love through your action. So also with the image over here of the Four of Scrolls is working, okay? So it's not that I am seeing that your higher self doesn't want you to take action forever, but it's almost like your higher self is saying, before you take the actions with this project, with this person, whatever it could be, that you want to take with the Two of Wands, before you can have this new beginning, you need to express love to yourself, and you need to heal, and you need to not repeat, especially the same mistakes. When that is going to be sorted, when you're going to understand the pattern that you usually attract, the karma means actions, okay? So what are the actions that you were constantly doing and they were leading you to the same outcome? Once you will have awareness of that, your higher self is saying, then you will be ready to take different actions in a more loving way. And because you will be ready to take different actions in a more loving way, you will also be able to have this new beginning. So it's all connected together, okay? Then I also, in fact, have the card for you of the Observer. So the Observers tell us, again, with this beautiful fox looking at the moon. This could be either even looking at the transit of the moon and astrology and observing what is going on in your life. But like I said, I'm going to repeat myself for a second. It's the time to heal and observe, your higher self is saying. And through this time of healing and observing, then you will be ready to take action. So I don't know what you have asked, what signs you have asked from your spirit guides and angel, but this is what you need to hear. Maybe you were asking, should I text this person? Should I apply for this job? Should I do this? And what your angels and spirit guides, what your higher self especially wants you to know is you can, however, you need to observe yourself first. You need to really pay attention to what action you've taken from the past, where they're irrational, where they were too emotional, how can you change, and how can you direct yourself for the better. It's time for introspection, it's time for healing, and then boom, you will be ready to take that one action that is actually going to propel a better new beginning, that it's away from any karmic trench, okay? Also, I am seeing for you the spirit of the lynx, and it's so funny that you guys, pile number 1, have the spirit of the lynx, and look who has joined the table over there. You got a little lynx, my Maine Coon. Jasmine, she's like, I want to eat, stop. Okay, so I thought that was really cute to show you guys, because you guys had the spirit of the lynx. So like I said, you guys have number 8, the spirit of the lynx, and this talks about life is a mystery. So there is definitely something that you guys are needing to heal, and maybe this is something that is obsessed, like it's giving you anxiety because you don't understand why you cannot move forward, and your higher self is saying, listen, you just got to do it, and you got to, you know, trust the mystery of life and stop. You know, I have so much anxiety, like stop asking some questions, so many questions, and rather stay quiet and go within and allow the mystery of life to unfold. I'm just shuffling a little bit more cards for you in order to understand anything else about the spirit of the lynx. The Ace of Pentacles, this new beginning is going to happen. For many of you, it's going to be in matters of life in general or even about career. But there is something that is happening behind closed doors or, you know, behind the scene. At the bottom of the deck, we do have the World card for you guys, pile number one. You know, even though the situation is so hard at this time, your higher self wants you to know it's not going to be hard forever. If you just go inside, you stay still, you observe, you trust the mystery of life and where we are leading you, then this new beginning is going to blossom so beautifully for you, pile number one, okay? And it is time for you to address that trauma and to heal. It's really time, because whatever this trauma is about, it's limiting you and it's limiting what you're capable to experience in matters of love as in matters of career. And as a last card for you guys, I have from the Kali deck, I have the beautiful Chinnamasta. As you can see in this picture, we do have Chinnamasta, which is a face and an aspect of the goddess of Shakti, of Kali, that her head is off, is being cut off. So what does it mean if you think about a head that is being cut off? It means that a part of you, something about you, it's going to die. And it is in separation with your body. Your head, your mind, and your body are separate. And now maybe we need a new head, we need a new perspective, we need to heal what is inside our mind so we can come back renewed and screwed back in our body, you know, in a way. It's a new dawn and a new incarnation that starts from a beautiful healing that has to happen from within. This is what your higher self, in my opinion, is trying to say to you, pile number one. And you know, Chinnamasta is our soul power to shed and survive and to outgrow and evolve any challenges in life. Because right now, what Kali wants you to know is that your soul needs to separate itself from that which it once relied. And talking about lynxes, look at that. And maybe this is a person that you were relying to. Maybe this is a job that you once relied to that simply doesn't work anymore. But you're stuck. You know you want to move forward, but you still need healing. And it is important to, maybe this could be also that you were part of a community that you don't belong to anymore. You don't believe anymore. So your belief systems are changing, your higher self is saying. For me, for instance, I know that I do tarot. But since I started in my new channel, Radio Alchemy, I completely separated myself from the New Age community and spirituality. I do not feed that agenda anymore. I do not even watch videos from those content creators anymore. And I went much more into an inner journey of what is my experience, my personal beliefs, what is my experience as a psychic. And I just, you know, teach and share that with you guys without having to necessarily say what every other person is saying, because I am in a community, you know what I'm saying? So something similar could have been happening or could have happened to you. And this is ultimately your higher self saying is your capacity for self-liberation, okay? Systems of oppressions within your mind especially, and your world will be overcome. Maybe you feel like an outcast, but it's not going to last for long, because the sensation of feeling separated from the world is actually building your own individuality and independent thinking. You have the power to sever your attachment to the past and focus on inner regeneration and especially reorientation, healing into a path that is worthy of your heart. A new dawn is coming, a new direction, it's here, but you need to make peace with the fact that you're not anymore how you used to be, and that trauma that you have needs to be healed, and then the time will come to take actions towards your future with trust in the mystery of, you know, of the universe leading you to this whole new beginning, that it's just gonna happen. It's fated to happen. Okay, so this is what I hear for you from your higher self. Let me know in the comment section down below. I always love to hear your stories. Comment, and I'll see each other, you know, later in another of my pick-a card readings. And remember, if you need a private readings, there is 15% off this week with the promo code GIFT 777 if you add it on to the purchase on my Etsy shop. All the instructions and obviously the link is down below. And I'll see you later. Hello, pile number 2. Let's figure it out together. What is your message from your higher self? So before we start with the tarot, let's discuss about your witch's rune that you have selected. This reminds me so much of the sign of Aries. However, on the contrary of what you might think, this is the symbol of the divine feminine. So I talked for pile number 1 about the divine masculine, and for you I'm going to talk about the divine feminine. I didn't choose the stones, they just, I just picked them out of this, black cloth, black bag over here, so I didn't know they were coming in that order. But with the divine feminine, she is Shakti. She is the energy that permeates the cosmos. She is the energy that moves the universe. And who knows, they said that they recently discovered the dark energy inside the dark matter. And when I heard about dark energy, I just remind myself of Shakti, of the energy that moves the cosmos with the dance of creation with Shiv. So divine feminine energy is not about allowance necessarily. It is for, it kind of is and it kind of is not. Divine feminine energy is about creativity. It's about passion. It's about taking action. It's about leading the energy where it wants to be. And it is about permeating the energy with beauty and creativity and fire. So, I feel that the entire idea of the divine feminine being suppressed, and not even suppressed, but like being the docile version that just, I allow things to happen to me, is just a byproduct of a patriarchal society that it's being portrayed also in spirituality, but it has nothing to do with what actually, if you study the ancient scriptures, what divine femininity is all about. It's quite the opposite. So that's something, food for thought. And this is some of the message that I have for you. But now let's see with your higher self what is going on. And yeah, I do not talk like the new age spirituality. So if you're new to this channel, I apologize. Yeah, I do not fit that agenda at all. I just talk with what I know, and that's about it. So that's what it is. So let's see with your tarot what you guys have. What is your message from your higher self? So we have as a first card the Hanged Man. Okay, the Empress, divine feminine right there. She is fertile. She's creative. She doesn't need an emperor to rule. She's energy. She is creativity. Have I said that? She reminds me of the solar plexus chakra with the yellow. And the solar plexus chakra and the sacral chakra. And then we also have the Hermit, Virgo. This is Taurus or Libra, Venus. What I can tell you right away that your higher self wants you to know, it's one question. Why are you dimming your light to fit in? There is so much more that you're meant to do and accomplish in this lifetime. But for some reason, somebody has made you feel like you were lesser than what you are. And now you are stuck into that perception. You have been isolating yourself for some reason, which I don't understand exactly why. And you have decided, that's it. I am not going to be with anybody. I'm not going to show myself anymore. Nothing works. And I'm just going to go into this inner journey. Now, going into an inner journey like the Hermit does is beautiful. It's necessary and shows you where the light is at the end of the day. However, when it's self-imposed as a punishment due to trauma, that's where we need to talk. And that's what your higher self is saying, not Neyah. But you have so much creativity, so much abundance. You were born to shine like a star. And yeah, it sucks. Maybe you are alone. Maybe people didn't understand you. Maybe you tried on YouTube and you just didn't get the views. Let me tell you a secret. Many people pay for the views. And it's not that easy. And it's a matter of algorithms. Numbers do not define how talented you are. I saw super talented psychics with 100 subscribers. I saw talented artists with a minimum following. Numbers do not define your talent. These people that have a lot of views, including maybe even myself, even though I kind of don't have a lot, but are good at marketing. Yeah, some few of them, they have a lot of views and they're talented, but majority of them, when you're seeing these big numbers, you have to rest assured they have a manager, they have PR agencies, they don't do everything by themselves. And I know they want to seem like it is. Let me tell you, it's not. So I don't know what it is that triggered you, what has happened, whether it is in love, people have rejected you, and then in career things didn't work out, or you tried on with social media and it didn't work out. There is something, pile number 2, that has affected your self-esteem, that has dimmed your light, or you have tried to talk like other people, to behave like other people, to be liked by someone, because you just had enough of being isolated and alone. But long story short, it didn't work out, and it even made you feel worse. With the Empress, I just want you to know that you're so much better than the people that you're trying to emulate. You're so much better than the version of yourself that you have been showing to the world, and your higher self is asking you desperately to let go of it. With the Hangman, enlighten yourself, become enlightened, be aware of the fact that, if I gotta say this, I'm gonna make another video on a radio alchemy about it. Like, you can even hear Kim Kardashian, no offense to the Kardashians or whatsoever, like, I don't follow them, I don't even have social media, but you hear them saying things like, you just have to work hard and be authentic. And this is becoming a mantra for everybody to parrot and repeat, because once they say something, everybody else says it. And guess what? The majority of the time that when people are actually being authentic online, or they're being authentic in their life, things go to hell. Because it's just, people do not like authenticity. If people would like authenticity, we'll probably live in a place where, in an earth where everybody has a very strong sense of individuality and people will respect each other. And we wouldn't even need communities, because we will have ourselves and the respects for others, and people will be authentic, we will become telepathic with each other, we won't lie to each other. But that's not the case, right? Why that's not the case? Because people do not like to hear the truth. People do not like to hear your truth. People like people pleasers. People like brands. People like marketing. So, if you have been trying to remain authentic, no wonder you weren't liked. No wonder. And that's okay too. You know what? It's better not to be liked by the masses that not accomplish the lessons for your growth, for your spiritual growth. You know what I'm saying, pile number 2? It's time to let go. Like, if people don't get you, screw them. You know what I'm saying? Like, at some point, like, the geniuses and the artists of this world never were understood. It's the plain fact, and you just got to deal with it. You just got to deal with the fact that, yeah, it's going to be quite challenging. And you know what? When people say they do these motivational videos and they're like, be yourself and everything is going to be fine. At some point, sure, everything is going to be fine. But at the same time, we do not have to lie to people and tell them everything is going to be fine, when in actuality, being authentic, being yourself, it's going to be challenging for the most part. In a world where everybody emulates others, in a world where social media made normalize conformity, it's gonna be hard to remain authentic. It's gonna be hard to be actually spiritually woke. And life, it's tough. Life is a challenge. However, does that mean that you, pile number 1, have to give up on your awesomeness, on your creativity, on your authenticity, on your uniqueness? Hell no, you don't. And that's me channeling your higher self. So it's very different from what I channeled for pile number 1. I don't know why I'm speaking like this to you. Hey, this is your higher self. It's not me, okay? So pile number 2, what your higher self wants you to do, girl, man, it's just get out of the cave, get out of the shelf, realize that it's time to let go of whatever version you were trying to be, and just, put yourself out there, because you're pretty awesome the way you are, and it's just the truth. And with the Empress, chances are you are a creative person. Chances are, yes, there could be pregnancy. For some of you, you just clicked on this video to hear this, so congratulations if that is. However, for the majority of you, there is a project. There is something about you that wants to be born, okay? And you have been isolating yourself. You don't want to do it because you've been rejected before. And it sucks, I get it. Rejection is bad. If it's romantically speaking, all of this, and you've been isolating yourself because someone has rejected you, it's pretty crap. I get it. I have made a video about rejection. I don't know, it is on my Patreon or on a Radio Alchemy. Check if it is on a Radio Alchemy first, then probably it's on Patreon if it's not there. And it sucks. However, rejection really teaches us that we got to move on. Like, we can talk about rejection, it's a blessing and it's just putting us into a better path. That's all true. It's all true. It's part number 2. It's putting you in a better path. It's putting you towards the person that you're meant to be. That's true. However, we all know rejection sucks and we got to acknowledge that. So don't feel guilty because you feel bad about it. You know, and my cat is rejecting my dog right now. So it's okay. So sit with that pain. But do not identify with that pain. Watch it and observe it so you can realize, okay, my body is feeling in pain, but I am not that pain. I am not the byproduct of this rejection. Rejection happened to me and it's fine. I feel it and I move on. Not because rejection happened to me, it means that I am the idea that the person that rejected me has of me. That's their personal idea, and they are entitled and they should have their opinions and ideas about me. However, their opinions and ideas about me do not define me. The numbers and the judgments of people do not define you, pile number 2. So if you got rejected, observe it, learn your lesson, but realize that doesn't mean that you're not awesome. That doesn't mean that you're not talented. It just means, okay, maybe those people weren't my crowd. Maybe that thing weren't my thing. How can I be better? How can I just move forward? So this is what your higher self, in my opinion, wants you to know really straight, really straightforwardly. Can you say that? I'm not sure you can't, but I just said it. Then we also do have the card of 3 of Forces for you, pile number 2, the bird nest. So that's a very motherly figure, like the Empress. So maybe your mother will help you out, and I see a community of feminine people, of feminine energy helping you out. There is somebody that probably, it could be even a spirit guide, that it's a feminine energy that is going to come towards you and nurture you a little bit, because you need to, you need to realize through some guidance that you are good enough and you can spread your wings. There is transformation happening for you. And your higher self is just helping you out, nurturing yourself and realizing that you can do so much more than what you have been doing so far. You just have to be fed by the right people, by the right audience, with the right food, therefore with the right energy, and at some point you will have the courage to leave that bird nest, because it's time to stop being so isolated and show yourself up back to the world. Okay, then I also have the card for you, pile number 2, of be supportive, make a genuine effort to show that you care. Okay, and we also have the card of the present moment, the now. So there is something about, maybe you have been stuck with the Hangman and the Hermit card in the past for too long. And I'm seeing that you have been thinking about this rejection or a particular situation over and over and over again, like to a point of obsession where you're just sitting at home thinking about this matter again and again and again. And you are losing track of time and you're losing track of the now, what is happening in the now. How can you be supportive to yourself? How can you transform? With the be supportive, I hear this card as your higher self is trying to nurture you. It's trying to be supportive towards you because you feel that you lack support. I feel that the lack of support that you feel, pile number 2, is emotional support. Maybe you have parents that give you money, or maybe you have a job that gives you a bit of money. I don't feel necessarily the support that you need is financial, even though it could be for some of you. But I feel that you cannot talk to people authentically. You tried, and every time you tried, you just didn't feel that you were supported emotionally. You were always there for others, though. You were always there to give your empathy, to give your support, to understand them. But when it came down to you, you felt like an alien. Maybe if you're very young, you feel like an alien in your community, in school, in your college, or whatever you are, really, it doesn't matter. But you lack this emotional support, and because you have been lacking this emotional support, you tried to dim your light to fit into a list, try to see whether somebody was understanding you a little bit, and that made you feel even worse, and you got rejected anyway. And so now you are in this shell, in this nest again, where you need to go back to yourself, and you need to really realign to your higher self within the present moment, and realize that, yeah, it's very bad what happened in the past. It's a bummer not to have emotional support. However, you got yourself, you got your higher self, you got your spirit guides and angels, and it's not gonna last forever. So it is a moment in time where you really need to stop going on about the movie in your mind about the past, and really be aware of what is going on in the now. Where am I now? Who am I now? And realize that, damn it, I'm an empress, I'm an emperor, I am creative, I'm abundant, I am not for everybody. Comment down below, my light is not for everybody. And that's okay too. Maybe you're too bright to be for everybody, and people get intimidated. And you are born to lead. You know, leaders are not always immediately liked because they go against the current. And you know what I'm seeing, guys? I am seeing actually that many creators and many new generations, even the Generation Z, is actually saying, you know what, we do not want to conform. We want to call out this nonsense about influencers. We want to call out this BS that is going on in the fast fashion industry. We want to call out, like, we want to be more sustainable. We had enough of a world that is making us more miserable. And if you're part of that team, you're doing great, and you should be one of those voices out there that says enough is enough. You're not going to take us our money. You're not going to make us work hard to feel miserable. We want to take our power back, and we can do it through our awareness, through sharing this awareness, and through our actions. And this is also how you will give support to others as well as to yourself. But the first thing that your higher self wants you to know is that you cannot do this unless you focus yourself in the now and realize, oh, damn it, I'm actually an empress, I'm actually an emperor. Who am I in the now? Am I the story of my past and my past rejections? Is that really what defined me? Or who am I in the now? Who am I within my spirit? You're not your body, you're neither the mind. You are that subtle essence within all of this, within this shell, that it's infinite. That's who you are. And if you tap into that, there is no force that can stop you. Okay, pile number 2. That's what I feel. Then we also do have the spirit of the mouse. Look how cute. He's so cute. Just occupy yourself for the moment with small things. So like I said, you have been trapped into your mind and into your nest, which reminds me of the house, for so long that you have lost track of time, and you have lost track of the small things in your life. You know, I have this sentence that I put on my phone. I don't know if you can see it. And he said, as I do what I love, money and abundance flow freely to me. Now, I didn't really want money, but I want the abundance part because I do interpret the abundance with a sensation of joy and positivity and a healthy lifestyle. So just say this to yourself, as I do what I love, money and abundance flow freely to me. Or in your case, as I do what I love, emotional support and abundance flow freely to me. As I do what I love, love and abundance flow freely to me. Or joy and abundance flow freely to me as I do what I love. You need to reconnect, pile number 2. What is it that you love? You need to stop and dim your light to fit in and just realize in the present moment, what the heck was I thinking? Yes, I got rejected, but damn, it's because those were my people. That wasn't the guy, that wasn't the girl. Hard as it is, there's nothing wrong with you. That's what your higher self is saying. Just go back to you, awake yourself a little bit and start small. Start occupying yourself with the small things. Like, for instance, I got a new routine for myself where I'm like, okay, I wake up in the morning. The first thing that I do, even before I do my jumps and my gym and my yoga, I clean. I occupy myself to my animals, which is a responsibility. So I clean everything up for them, then I prepare them food, and then I can have breakfast and yoga for myself. And cleaning and this all new routine about having my house really tidy, which is also my workspace, and occupying with the small things in life, like, again, cleaning, really it was an amazing exercise of focus and focus in the present moment, and really helps me out every morning to get into alignment. I know I sound like a boring mom, but it really does help. So just try it on, okay? Occupy yourself. You do not have to start big, but with the small things. And one day at a time, you realize, okay, today I have the energy to go back into the world. Then the next day, today I got the energy to start back that project that it's inside me and I want to get out. A step at a time, you occupy yourself with the small things, and you realize that you were never the story that you have experienced. Those experiences just happened, and they happened to your body and to the person, the character that you are in this lifetime, but they are there only to make you grow and to make you learn, but they will never define who you are, which is an unlimited being. Okay, so go back to yourself, pile number 2. That's what I'm hearing. And then we also have, as a last card, the card of Kalaratri 32. I love this card. Like, look how beautiful. She is blossoming with an eclipse and with a lotus flower behind her, a symbol of rebirth. I love this Kali deck. It's so beautiful. So the message that I have for Kalaratri is a message of rebirth. Is a message of a new dawn. It's upon you and within you, and it's time to just go back to your light that is being shadowed for the moment. Kalaratri appears beneath the clock of the night, revealing the truth that must be known to set the heart free. You must set your heart free. Maybe the situation that you have experienced, you really don't know all the truth behind it, even behind a certain rejection that a person or a career has offered to you, or a community. But Kalaratri offers you an opportunity to engage right now in a profound and enduring transformation that is happening. This will lead to a powerful rebirth, free from even the most persistent patterns of pains of your past. So with the Hangman and the Hermit card, it is a time to tell yourself a different story. And your soul is in a deep healing situation at this time. Recovery indeed can be painful, but that pain, remember, pile number 2, is temporary, and you will emerge renewed and released. In time, you will greet your rising destiny from an entirely new and improved inner foundation. You are blessed, pile number 2, to experience a new life within this lifetime. And it's about time. And maybe this is the realization that you always needed to have. The fact that you are not born to fit in. You are born to lead. But you do not have to, change the world in a second. You have to remember and start from you. Start from your higher self, from spirit. And then branch out like a beautiful flower, re-blossom to your beautiful self. In due time, you will be able to present to the world a new project that is inside you, that will be the starting point of this new life emerging from you. Okay, pile number 2. This is what I see as a message from your higher self. I hope it made sense. Comment down below and let me know your stories. Remember that there is this week 50% off on all my private readings and the bundle for my e-courses with the promo code GIFT 777. And I see you guys next week and on my Patreon as well for another of my pick a card reading. Hi, pile number 3, and welcome to your message from your higher self. So before we show actually the tarot, let's talk about the witch's rune that you have selected. This is the eye. This could be your third eye, as well as a symbol of you are about to see the truth, that there is something that your higher self wants to show you beyond the veil of illusions. Open your eyes and see. Well, like I said, I wrote a song with my band Psychedelic Witchcraft, which is called Magic Hour Blues, and I said in the song, close your eyes and open your mind, meaning your third eye. Sometimes you just have to go on a meditation, go within, close your eyes physically, and then boom, you see the visions. This talks about also premonitions perhaps coming into your dreams, pile number 3, psychic abilities as one of your spiritual gifts. But the eye, it's about to get open. Whether it is already wide open, it's about to open more. Whether it's something that your higher self is showing you through clairvoyancy or through visions, okay? It's beautiful. Truth is going to be revealed. Now, let's figure it out your tarot first. Okay. You got 4 cards. You were the only one that got... No way. I swear I didn't see the cards. You got the High Priestess, Pisces. You are a mystic. You are the ones who see behind the veil. And I love that today's pick a card reading is much more cozy, that it's raining outside, we're sitting and chilling with some tea, and I'm doing your pile talking about mysticism and seeing beyond the veil of illusions. I love it, so appropriate. Then we do have the 8 of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. We also have the King of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. You might be dealing with the Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. And we do have Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio indeed with the 2 of Cups. So, wow. Oh, wow. There is a lot of wisdom coming from you. You are definitely an ancient soul. You might be even a professional psychic for some of you. For some others of you, you just can see. You can see beyond the veil. And, you know, the High Priestess can only be, if not with another magician, if not with another psychic, can only be with a very sensitive soul, with somebody that can feel a soul connection. And it is, your cards are letting me know that a soul connection is what your higher self is guiding you towards. Now, it could be for some of you, pile number 3, that you do not know this person. For many of you, indeed, you do know the person, and you know that some heavy work is being required within this relationship. Now, the reason why your higher self wants to address this love, wants to address this connection, is because I feel personally that, pile number 3, you have a destiny with this person. And I do not want to overly romanticize soulmates or twin flames or whatever at all, but I do see this. I do see that you might be the mystic, you might be the person that shares the wisdom of spirit through channeling, through psychic abilities, but the other person that you will be or you are involved with is the healer, is the one that goes hand in hand with people and heals them. You kind of have a joint purpose together, and your higher self wants you to, whatever the situation it is or will be, to work together with this person. If you do not know what I'm talking about, well, you will know this very soon, because your higher self is showing you visions about this person. This person could be tall, they could be blonde, or they could have some, like a life path number 11, 22, 33 at the very stretch. They have a very important numerology chart. There is something about them, about their energy, that will guide you through your missions as well. Now, on a more mundane perspective, it could be that your higher self is simply showing you a specific person, and it's showing you visions also about your work. But the 2 of Cups talks about soulmates. The 2 of Cups talks about unions. So it could be, especially if you're single, that you are seeing, you are having premonitions about who you're going to be with next. And this person could be a healer, a doctor, or have some very healing vibes to them. They are most likely a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, or have very strong placement in a water sign. And they are coming as a soulmate healing gifted relationship from the universe. So there is a lot of emphasis on love. Let me take some clarifiers, because I do want to understand better what is going on and why are you seeing these visions with a high priestess. It could be that you guys are working together, you are meeting at your job place with the 8 of Pentacles. We got the Devil. Ooh. And there has been some interference, maybe perhaps with this union. We know negative energies do not want soulmates to reunite, and neither to do works together, because that will be a bummer for them. But we do have the King of Pentacles. Okay. It could be that for some of you, you are indecisive between 2 people. Maybe you are dealing already with 2 people, or you will be. And your higher self through the dream state is also warning you about a specific individual. Especially if this individual is a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. It doesn't have to be, but it could. They're warning you about toxicity in your life. They are related to romance, in my opinion, or are related to a boss, or are related to a man, or to a masculine figure. And if you are perhaps indecisive between 2 lovers, well, go towards the water, whatever that means, whether it is regarding astrology or it is regarding your emotions. Do not take decisions out of utility. Take decisions because your heart is guiding you towards the right direction. And we need to make a parenthesis about this, okay? I will promise I will make a video about it in my new channel, Radio Alchemy, or on my Patreon. I had enough of coaches saying and motivating people, you have to be with the person that you have a lot in common to, and the values needs to be shared. The values is correct, but how? So you can be with the perfect person on the list. Like, you got a list and the person matches all the list, okay? And it could be the most toxic relationship that you have ever had in your life, because love and soul connection have nothing to do with what you guys have in common on a physical level. They have to do with respect. They have to do with love. They have to do deep soul recognition and understanding. In fact, some of the most successful couples that I have ever seen, they are opposite to each other sometimes. They don't even like the same things. They vote for different politics. They have different ideas about everything. But how come that they love each other so much? Because love, it's not about checking or ticking some boxes. What it's important, you guys, pile number 3, it's to have core values. But what are core values? Core values is, do you guys want a family together? Do you guys have a sense of unionship? Do you guys believe in spirituality, in God, in a sense of, of deepness, profoundness? Those core values, whether the answer is yes or no, it doesn't matter. As long as you match those core values, that's what you should be worried about. Those are the important things. Not that you guys should have everything in common. Like, having a relationship, it's not like applying to a job. And people who want to make this, comparison, they're really, really wrong about relationships. They really, really are. Relationships are not ticking some boxes. So if you are indecisive between 2 people, do not tick the boxes. Do not start saying, or this person has the career, this person has the money, this person can provide for me. Tick, 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 tick the boxes, because you might end up in a marriage and in a relationship that actually sucks. Yes, money are important. Make them on your own. Okay? Yes, somebody that takes care of you is important, but you can take care of yourself. You do not want to choose a partner because of money. You do not want to choose a partner because of the status they have. You do not want to choose a partner because of common hobbies or things like that you have. You want to choose a partner because they deeply understand you at the core. Sure, they should provide for themselves. They shouldn't ask you money. That goes beyond saying. Everybody, both of you, should be independent, but they should be sensitive. They should be open to conversation. They should understand you at the core. You know what I'm trying to say, okay? Pile number 3. So that's only for those of you guys who are indecisive between two people. Or you will be indecisive between two people. There is a sort of lesson that you're learning, and the lesson, in my opinion, for you, pile number 3, that your higher self wants you to know, it's that you need to see with your third eye. You need to trust your intuition and stop asking other people. You know what is the truth. And if you are receiving visions of warnings or red flags, you should absolutely pay attention to them. But I feel, after all, you will. With the Sun card, there is a union coming up and taking place, and there is a person really rescuing you from some negative, toxic, devilish energy. And that person is a person that you will love. So maybe you have, oh, the King of Cups is again over here. See? Our hero. So maybe some of you have asked, will I end up alone? The answer is no, you won't end up alone. We're waiting for the King of Cups. And you are destined to be with a healer, with another mystic, with somebody that is very spiritual or has healing abilities, that is very joyful, that is going to be a healing relationship as well in your life. And there is no other way around it, really. I do not see the High Priestess being with such a materialistic King of Pentacles. You gotta admit that to yourself, and you have to see the signs for what they are. Very much be that you will meet this person because of a job situation with the Eight of Pentacles, or due to common goals or career that you share together. That could definitely happen. So your higher self really is showing you where to go. It's showing you that you're never wrong if you follow love, and that you should follow love rather than, at this point, rationality. Which doesn't mean that you throw your head out of the window, but there is something that I feel, pile number 3, your higher self is asking you to pay attention to. And it might be in regards to a person with the King of Pentacles. For some others of you, it could be, for some, also about career, like something that you're doing with your money, to be really careful of it, and to be more mindful about the way you spend money, to not be emotional in the way you spend money, and to not be even so preoccupied, to just worried about showing yourself up to work, showing yourself up for what you love, and everything else will be taken care of. There might be also, for some of you, the necessity to heal some limiting beliefs about money. So that's also another version that I could give to the cards for some of you. Now, I'm seeing also the Triskel, which is a beautiful symbol, very witchy symbol. Will, wisdom, and mind. So this is a very specific message, and with the High Priestess, I'm not even surprised. I mean, I feel, pile number 3, that you are the witches of the deck. You know, you are the ones that are awakened, and you can see beyond the veil. It could be that you're starting a new book of shadows. For some of you, there is something about you, like you were meant, your higher self is saying, to teach other people, or you were meant to utilize your energy for manifestation. Your power of the mind is so strong, so you want to be very mindful about it. You want to think about positive things in order to get them manifested, not obsessively. Watch my video about toxic positivity on a Radio Alchemy to know more about this subject, but there is no shadow of a doubt that you have access to some, you know, mystical power, let's put it this way, that are related to your will, to your wisdom, and to your mind. And therefore, you can only align with a person in your life that also has those qualities. And it could be that also your path revolves around new religions such as Wicca or witchcraft. So if you want to explore more about that, why not? That could be a sign. But indeed, I do feel that this pick-a card, this particular pile, on the contrary of the other two, is really about love. Because watch this, we also do have the union of hearts with this beautiful, this reminds me of soulmates and twin flames, this tree that is becoming, you know, the branches are joining together while they're kissing. I love, this is one of my favorite cards of this deck. There is a connection of love that defies explanation. And I love that they describe the union of hearts in this way, because like I said, when you love, you just do. You cannot choose who you're gonna love. Like, let's be honest. Like I said, you can tick all the boxes that you want. You cannot oblige yourself to love who you love. You know, like, you love who you love. That's what I'm trying to say. And true love defines any physical explanation because it's so related. It comes from another dimension where there is no space and time. And this is what your soul wants you to experience. Even if you're single and perhaps you're still thinking about somebody in your past that it didn't work out with, they just want you to know that it didn't work out because you deserve better. And you can only be aligned with somebody that has the same will, the same wisdom, and the same mind as you. For you, mind connection is going to be very important. And also it could be that with the High Priestess, you are having telepathic communication with a specific person, if you already know this person, or you are communicating with this person on a 50 level, and very soon you guys are about to meet. Whatever it is, definitely your higher self wants you to know that love is on the horizon, and you guys are about to have a very important romantic relationship. Now, I am seeing also the card of the spirit of this animal, which I don't remember the name in English. We call it l'avvoltoio in Italian. Nothing goes wasted. So like I said, it's not because there is somebody over here with the devil and the King of Pentacles that it didn't work out with, that it was a waste of time. Nothing goes to wasted. Every experience that you had is so important, and it's actually teaching you through contrast what you do not want or need anymore. So if it didn't work out with somebody, or you realize, well, there are some things that I actually have to let go of, you didn't waste your time. Because I feel many of you, pile number 3, are thinking, oh my God, you know, I'm getting older and I cannot believe I wasted my time with these people or with this person, and now I'm alone, I will end up alone. No, you do not have to settle down prematurely. Prematurely meaning prematurely for you, if you didn't meet that one person that you feel a very strong connection to. And it's just what it is. Some people have it later in their years, some people have it before. We are all different, and we all experience differently this plane, this earth. So yeah, it sucked. You didn't waste your time though, you know? You just were learning, and you were trying, and you were only trying to find somebody that loved you back. And there's nothing wrong with that. And you will find it, because you are on the edge of this understanding that not only you didn't waste your time, but now you know better. Now you realize, okay, I cannot settle down just because I'm ticking boxes. I cannot settle down just because somebody on paper looks fine. I really need to get to know the person, and there has to be a very solid spiritual connection. And this is what your higher self is trying to show you through your visions. This person is coming. This person is coming. This person is coming. I know it's a very specific message that I have for you, pile number 3, but hey, this is what I can hear. We do also have TikTok or TikTok. Maybe you guys are on TikTok. And I'm not, but like I actually am, but I don't do it anymore. TikTok indicates that you are worried about time. You are worried that you will not find this person. You are worried that you're getting older. You're worried that you have wasted time. But your higher self is saying, no. It's about to come. It's about to come. That's what your higher self wants you to know. Nothing goes to wasted. We're giving you signs, and I'm giving you the vision, because you have a job with this person. And maybe in a certain hour to a certain day, it will happen. Maybe at 10 o'clock at night or at 10 o'clock in the morning, you will meet this person. TikTok, it's about to happen. Time is up. That's what your higher self is saying. And this is why you are receiving the visions, because it's not just romantically related, but because you guys are meant to do something together, okay? And as the last card that I have number 22. You might be seeing a lot of 22 or 222, or maybe, like I said, your person has a life path number 11. 11, 22, or a master number. And this is the beautiful card from the Kali deck of Dhumavati. Dhumavati is a very interesting goddess. She's a version of Kali and obviously of Shakti. She is a beloved mother. She is the divine feminine who dwells in the smoke, who presides over the most difficult transitions in life. She is who knows that certain endings are unavoidable. And this reminds me of the King of Pentacles and the Devil card. Is almost like your higher self and the divine feminine is telling you, hey, if it ended up with that person, it had to stop, it had to end. That person really wasn't meant to be with you. They are necessary predecessors to radical reinvention. For some others of you, also the fact that you're going to be with someone new and these visions that you're having, pile number 3, is showing you a necessity for reinvention, to recreate yourself and to actually see that you are a mystic. You are much more than what meets the eye. The presence of Dhumavati brings the message that even though you are disappointed, you feel defeated, or even pile number 3, you feel a loss, and the negative repercussion of such experiences may cause suffering for a time, they will not limit your future happiness. They are a means, Dhumavati is saying, for opening as yet unrecognized pathways for fulfillment. Your trust must be unconditional at this time. And later you shall see, pile number 3, that everything has worked out for the absolute best. So brace yourself tight. Yes, it is hard to be in the smoke and to be in the ground where everything around you is dying, and you can see what is going to happen in the future, but you don't know where you're going consciously. But you have the support of the Divine Mother letting you know that you will be thankful for leaving this devil. You will be thankful for this person leaving your life, and know you didn't waste your time, because the opportunities, the happiness, the true love, the wisdom that you will share and that you will have with this other person will be indeed what you always have wanted. So do not settle down for less. This is what your higher self wants me to know. And wants you to know, wants me to tell you, okay? So this is what I see for you guys. Pile number 3, comment down below and let me know your stories. And I see each other on Patreon as well as on a Radio Alchemy and within my private readings as well. Remember, there is 50% off with the promo code gift 777 if you want to utilize it for my readings and for the bundle to all my e-courses at a discounted already price. So you're going to have discounted price plus 50% off. So even more discount for all my courses. Check it out. Everything is on the info box as well as on my Etsy shop. And keep in mind, you're never wrong if you follow love. And I see you guys later in another of my Pico card readings.